Let's do a sound check. Let's see how we sounding. Let's go.
As you can see, Tina is growing frustrated with Heather throwing her daughter under the bus. Brittany, however...
Okay, we got it now. We got it now. Yeah.
We have information that you and Andre, that y'all argued a lot.
That y'all argued a lot.
Your mom had to break you up one time. Is this true? Yeah. What was y'all fighting about?
I have the slightest idea. If you really want to know the truth, somebody else was there to fight her. We were outside to watch. She gets mad. She tries to tase me.
We have Heather saying that the tape belonged to you.
Mm-hmm.
She's seen it at your house.
Okay.
Is this a truth or a lie?
It's a lie. Only time I've seen her tase was when Adriana tried to tase me. That night, that day, Mom had to separate us.
How long ago was that?
2 weeks ago. Something like that.
Yeah, we almost had to fight on the porch.
Yeah.
You ever seen a stun gun over in
Oh, Darren!
What
up, Darren?
Okay, that's interesting. You say that because your wife says she saw it over at Tina's house. So your wife's telling us all this stuff that makes Tina look bad, and you're telling us that it was at Zimmerman's house, right? It was gave to her by who?
Andre Smith.
Andre Smith gave her a taser.
Yeah.
Where's Andre Smith?
He's locked up.
Is that her boyfriend or her husband?
A boyfriend.
Boyfriend. And describe it. Well, actually, I already described it. Can't really ask you to describe it. Who put the tape on? Who put the tape on?
Who put the tape on?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who put the tape on.
You mentioned some tape.
So there's tape on there. On that tape.
Alright.
That's the worst. Like anything you say can be used against you, gang. Like, real boy, you better do me. Yeah, tape on there. Who put tape on it? Like, what the? How am I supposed to know who put tape on it?
But you saw it with tape on there because the back's missing. So, I mean, you seeing a taser and there's tape on it is one thing. You
Hello?
seeing a taser.
Hello? Yeah. Yeah, I'm alright. I'm a little busy. Can you go back in, tomorrow? Oh, is it bad or? Okay. Got it.
I can't even get this nigga.
Okay, let's hop on the phone tomorrow. Can we do 1 o'clock? Mm-hmm. Alright, cool. Let's do that. Yep, I'm right tomorrow. Nico. Yep. Mm-hmm. Alright. Alright, thank you. Bye. Chat. Money calls, you answer. Hold on. It's happening.
And knowing the reason for the tape being on it is a totally different thing. So how come you know that the back's missing? Was this explained to you? Or did you see it put on? Or do you know?
I seen the tape.
Okay. But like I said, seeing tape, if you saw tape on this recorder on here, you wouldn't necessarily know that the tape's on there to keep the battery in place.
If you ain't got no back part, I know.
It doesn't have no back part. Okay,
Oh, I see now. Because he said it because the back not on this. So I think you said for the big fives. I think him, like, over talking, he's like, now he's like, oh, word. That's what it is.
But it has no back plate and tapes on it. Okay. That does make sense. Alright. So, Andre Smith gave it to her.
Yeah.
Where does she normally keep it?
In a cabinet.
Where?
In the top cabinet. By the refrigerator.
And who else would know this?
Whoever in the house.
Why, she go, hey, here's where I keep my taser?
No, because she was like always pulling it out. She playing with it.
Bro? Well, she made threats with people or something?
No, she doesn't play. You know? Like, I know that at one point in time, everybody was cool with everybody.
Strangely enough, Darren's story aligns more closely with Tina's than with his own wife's. It's possible that Heather is trying to frame Tina, while Darren is telling the truth.
That's what I said. I've been said that.
The taser incident between Adriana and Brittany is just one domino falling in the long line of conflict that led to the attack of Adriana. A compounding of incidents that will unravel, revealing an absurd motive. Also, in the first round of interrogations, everyone was
That shit
released
crazy,
to sit home,
chat.
Big
unaware
boy,
of just how
dog,
much
my boy.
evidence was rapidly stacking up against them. And though they weren't talking freely to police, they sure were talking to people in their lives, people they probably shouldn't have been trusting. On April 7th, 2010, officers received a call from one of Tina's relatives in Illinois. They refused to identify themselves and stated that they had information to disclose about the case. According to the source, Tina called her mother 2 days after the attack and admitted that she, Brittany, and Heather beat Adriana. She managed to
Lord, what the family backdoor.
the attack and admitted that she, Brittany, and Heather beat Adriana. She managed to scramble away, which caused a heated argument between Tina and Brittany. Brittany tackled Adriana as she made one last attempt to escape into the woods, and it was then that Tina lit her on fire. Tina, Heather, and Brittany callously fled. Though Brittany realized she left her shoes at the scene of the crime as they drove away, Tina told her it was too late to turn around. Afterward, Tina ordered Brittany to leave the area and stay away until the police were gone. Brittany
But this whole shit, look, you catch a body, a murder,
You leave the
be
shoes.
specific, a gruesome.
Oh, I
that you-
wanted that.
I mean, and then you leave the shoes. What do
You
mean
mean
it's too late to turn
2,500?
around?
I can open the bag.
What do you mean it's too late to turn? You might
I want some
you
more
should
of
just
the balls
told
and
what
all.
you did. Why even waste the interrogation people? You might as well. You should just be like, yo, this is what. Cause what you mean it's too late to turn? You left the sneakers. What?
He took that time to take care of some evidence, washing the car interior with hand
That don't
sanitizer,
even work.
burning the clothes they were wearing, and disposing of the lighter fluid. While telling her relatives the story, Tina didn't appear to have much remorse whatsoever for her actions. But her relatives
Nah,
urged
we
her
were
to turn
tired.
herself in
Yeah,
so the law would potentially go easy
What the
on Brittany.
hell?
Tina told urged her to turn herself in so the law would potentially go easy on Brittany. Tina told them that even if Adriana, they'd be fine because the cops had no real evidence against them. But on the late night of April 8th, only one day after that call was made to the police, Adriana tragically passed away.
Damn.
Her family by her side, having never woken from the coma she fell into. She died just 5 days before her 20th birthday
Nah.
and never had the opportunity to turn her life around. The attempted murder the police were almost certain Tina, Brittany, and Heather had committed had turned into a homicide. On the same day that Adriana passed, even more evidence against the three women was brought to light. Police received a call from a high school classmate of Brittany's named Regine, stating that she had been being harassed by Brittany and Tina regarding the case. When police reported to the high school, Regine stated she had received multiple calls from both Brittany and Tina, trying to convince her to pose as Brittany during a polygraph test, so that Brittany could pass. The police were almost certain they were the culprit of the case. When police reported to the high school, Regine stated she had received multiple calls.
Sarah, haven't you heard of Airlow eSIMs? Stay connected with data and leave the cookies.
You're on a nice list.
Get the people you care about the great gifts they deserve today. Then pay over time at Aaron's. Rent to own the furniture, appliances, or the tech they'll love with low, budget-friendly payments. In-store and at Aaron's.com.
From both Brittany and Tina, trying to convince her to pose as Brittany during a polygraph test, so that Brittany...
Bro, what the fuck do Tina got going on, bro? Like, using a dumbass try to outsmart, like, because nobody thinks they're dumb. That's the thing. And I realized this a couple years ago, Jack. No one thinks they're dumb. Nobody thinks that. It's like maybe 1% of the world thinks they're dumb. So that, like, what she doing right now, she that thing is smart as fuck. She like, yo, bro, this is what we gotta do.
Pass, the police were almost certain they were the culprits, but the question of why they committed these terrible crimes in the first place remained to be answered. To get to the bottom of it, both Brittany and Tina were interviewed immediately after their arrests.
Yeah, you remember me? And we investigated Tyree. You know what this is all about?
However, instead of starting with questions, they begin by giving her some information.
Tell you what we think that good, huh?
On that particular night, you, Brittany, and Heather got in a verbal altercation, or physical altercation with...
That's way better than that.
Okay. Kind of escalated a little bit, got out of hand. She was attacked with a pry bar, what do you want to call it, crowbar, and then she was disabled with a stun gun, and then set on fire.
So all this was supposed to happen in the trailer park and nobody heard it.
Now, at the trailer, and they say the trailer park, I'm saying during that night, it originated at the trailer park. You, Rihanna, Brittany, Heather, and maybe one or two other people transported her over to the Ashland Avenue on the gas lines, and that's where the...
So what?
Ashland Avenue.
What is that?
It's on another road over by the house. And that's where it went bad.
She cuffed to that
We got
table.
information
She cuffed to that table,
that you're
Chad.
involved in.
It's true they do in fact have some groundbreaking information. You see, there's a very specific reason that Tina was sought out by investigators, and when they finally divulge it, she's going to be absolutely shocked.
Like this, Tina. Not only did our victim name you,
You know what?
first and
We
last
went
name,
and talked to those
not
people
only
yesterday.
did they name Heather, not only did they name your daughter, you also told people. You know, that's how we know the story too.
Me?
Yeah. Why don't you let me finish telling? Okay. We hear that you used lighter fluid, poured it on her and lit her up. You're mad at Brittany because she got up off the girl, and that's how she got up and got to run away.
I'm mad at my baby.
Mm-hmm.
What else, sir?
Yeah.
What else is it?
She told two people.
Who?
She told the fire chief and she told the EMS supervisor.
Okay. Now when did she do that?
Right before
Right before.
they put her on.
This is why the title of this video says Victim Alive survives long enough to solve her own murder. Chad, this is why bitch. Heavy. That's crazy. You thought you did the job? You thought you finished the job? No, you did not do none of that. That girl's so strong. She got jumped alive and still was like, that's crazy, Chad. Like, no, that's crazy.
I got to talking to her and I
She's
told her that I
strong
was
for
going to be the last person she talked to for a while, and that in order to catch the people that did this to her, I needed her to tell me if she knew who it was. She told me yes. She named 3 girls, a Tina, a Heather, and a Brittany. She didn't know their last names. And I asked her why they did it to her, and she said, I thought we'd made up.
if Adriana was supposed to have told these people this, wouldn't you think that she would have told them everything that can happen if you laying on the ground and you burning up and you about to die?
She told everything she could was the pain she was in at that time, and they didn't give her long because they had to put her out. She said, EMS supervisor told her, did she get to ask her, am I going to make it? Am I going to make it? Am I going to make it? She said, I'm going to do the best we can for you.
The detectives have become privy to some other damning information that they share with Tina, and it's all about to come crashing down on her.
You ain't going around here telling people you feel like you. You're telling your relatives and telling them that, and they calling us. But you're talking to somebody and telling them that, well, you go ahead and die, y'all be good to go. Well, that ain't the case. She last night, she comes to her woman. They told us that she was in a coma yesterday. Last night.
Last time. Why do you think we come back out there like gangbusters today?
That's why you're under arrest for murder.
What told us that?
Who?
No. They gonna charge all three of the murder, I think. Why would they light her on fire?
Our lawyer, Gene, his dad, he said he called down there and they said that she was in a coma.
Well, she didn't come out of it. So guess what? We got information from the ME that she didn't make it because of the burns. And you sit there, you think about it. You think about what we're saying. That woman, those kids would never see their mama again. You got a chance to see your kids.
I don't know that.
You got a chance to see your kids again somewhere down the road. Now, like I said, we're not gonna sit here with you as long as we did the other night. Maybe you didn't mean for to be this way, but that's what I said. We don't know. So you need us to be able to tell your side of the story when it comes time to go before the judge. And by you just sitting over there, thinking we don't have nothing, we've only gave you a little bit of what we got. And believe me, it's not hearsay. We know that night, those clothes were taken and burned. That y'all were wearing.
We're aware.
Okay.
We still had the same clothes on the next morning when they came to get us.
Look at two small children, these children.
Yeah, it's not no.
It's her mama, they ain't never gonna see again.
And I think the oldest one was a boy, correct? He saw it. He saw the stuff going down at the trailer park that night.
When those people said that those babies was locked up in the room.
I'm saying they saw the commotion with us at Daryl's house that night. They were sitting there.
Oh yeah.
They knew something was wrong. Have you ever heard of a dying declaration?
No.
That's powerful.
Damn, son.
So I'm gonna tell you now. When we walk out this door this afternoon, it's not the next time you see me, we'll be in a court.
Either way it goes, I ain't going home, so, right?
But then I don't want to walk out this
I want
door.
to talk, but I'm not saying what I want to do.
What'd you say?
Usually when I'm talking to somebody about a murder that's happened, and I'm giving them that advice that I think they should talk to me, because I realize it's probably one of the last things you want to talk to a person about. And certainly you don't want to tell the cops about it. But I think the thing to keep in mind, and what I reiterate to these people, and is that, if there's circumstances, if there's a reasoning behind this that could be mitigating. I mean, if there's a reason why this happened, that, shows why you did this, but it had to be agonizing. And then to run a distance that she ran, because we know the clothes and her shoes and everything is right there in the woods. To run that distance to a house and beg for help and to wait there, still cooking, for the ambulance to get there. And then the last thing you're saying is, besides telling who your accusers are, Am I going to see my kids? Am I going to live? Those are your last questions. Before you knocked out and told, hey, you may or may not again.
In one last-ditch effort to get a confession or some semblance of remorse for Tina, a detective presents her with a photo of Adriana's charred body.
Just let me tell you something. That's her body. Hey,
At Total Wireless, we got your back every day. Others, not so much. Just look at the facts. We run on the network with America's fastest 5G speeds for as low as $25 a month. They don't. Back then, we locked your price for 5 years. Not then. Back then. And to top it all off, we'll give you up to 4 free 5G phones. So thank those guys, right? We've got you covered. Get the facts. And switch to Total Wireless.
I want you to look at it so I know you understand what I'm saying. The medical staff, the medical examiner's office didn't even know if this girl was white or black. Or black female or white female. Because she was so bad. They didn't have a copy of our report at the time. I just wanted you wouldn't want this happening, you wouldn't. You wouldn't want to go out this way, would you? Huh? Yeah, we're gonna transport this across the street. Just look at it right now.
Tina doesn't budge. However, the photos have clearly had an effect on her. After she's left in the room waiting to be taken to jail, she mumbles haunting things to herself through her sobs, even seemingly calling out to Adriana. The words she chooses to use are bone-chilling.
They threw out the door at first. Come back. And hard. It's terrorized. Please, Adriana. Adriana.
Man, what?
I told you. I told you. Oh, big girl. Oh, my father boy.
The question of why they committed these terrible crimes in the first place remained to be answered. As it turns out, there were numerous alleged love triangles within the trailer park. All of the dirty truth, it seems, began making its way to the surface. Not only did Adriana reportedly tell Heather that Tina was sleeping with Darren, but allegedly, Adriana reportedly tell Heather
Tell Heather.
Tina was sleeping with Darren.
Darren is Heather's husband. So Tina, okay.
But allegedly, Adriana herself was sleeping with Darren.
Oh!
And Heather had confronted her about it. It's a messy web of cheating and lies, one that Darren is surprisingly transparent about. However, he leaves out something.
I called it. I literally called it. I didn't. I didn't want God. Didn't I say it? Listen to my chat. I ain't
Thing that came out during the trial. According to Tina, she only slept with Darren.
I listen, bro.
Tell me what was going on.
No, I didn't. Yes, I did. I didn't call it a love triangle. I didn't say that, but I said, what if you know what I'm saying? Word.
She only slept with Darren in exchange for substances.
Tell me what was going on. There's been a discussion between us about an accusation flying around between you being accused of sleeping with your neighbor and friend of your wife. Is that correct? What's her name? Tina Brown. Okay. So the accusation is that you've been sleeping with Tina Brown, and who has been making these accusations? Everybody. Has Andrea Zimmerman been making those accusations?
Yeah, my wife told me that she told her that today.
Okay, so your wife told you that Andriana had reported to her that you've been sleeping with Tina Brown. Is that correct? Okay.
If you recall, in Darren's video interrogation with police, he dilly-dallied on the phone talking and laughing with someone who wasn't his wife.
I'm calling right back, man.
You done?
Yeah.
Alright. Is that?
In the room?
Huh?
My uncle looks in the room.
Oh. Well, you said you were on the phone with your sugar thing or whatever just now. Was it Tina you were talking to?
It's like I know.
Okay. But you told me that night you were seeing Tina.
Yeah.
Okay. So is she not your sugar thing?
Yeah, that's my old one.
Okay.
Nah, Shine. My Shine Davis.
Alright. Did you and Ms. Zimmerman have any kind of relationship?
Somewhat.
Okay. Did y'all have...
Somewhat.
Okay. This ain't like Monica Lewinsky, man. We had, you know, did you have sex with her or did...
Yeah.
Okay. So you had sexual intercourse with Ms. Zimmerman.
Yeah.
Did your wife know this?
No.
Did your wife know you having sex with Tina?
No.
I bet she don't know about this other thing you got on the side of it.
Nah, he loving it.
Okay, so,
It's him.
have you been accused by Heather of having with Zimmerman? Okay.
All the people.
Did Tina make any accusations? I mean, Tina probably knows that you're sleeping with Zimmerman, doesn't she? Okay, so none of you girls know that you're sleeping with Heather. You're doing a good game, right? Okay. So, Heather is aware of the accusations of you having sex with Tina. But her and Tina are still tight cooking fish together. So that's what blows my mind, man. You got a good game going on. If them two, knowing the accusations there, you still got them over there cooking fish together. And either you got a good game with Tina does, because you're playing it off well. So, you know, me and Rusty sat there and laughed about that all night. We couldn't figure out how you could get away with that, man. Because otherwise, you know, we'd be done. They'd have our cars and our boats and everything else, you know. So you getting away with it.
On May 10th, soon after Tina, Heather, and Brittany were arrested,
Alright.
the police letter from an incarcerated man who said he knew who killed Adriana. The police was on May 10th, soon after
Alright,
Tina,
Penny,
Heather,
this
and
all
Brittany
you.
were arrested. The police received a letter from an incarcerated man who said he knew who killed Adriana and what the true motive was. A heinous crime. He stated that several months prior to the murder, he bought an illegal substance from Darren at the Roadway Inn. He alleged that Adriana was with Darren in the hotel room while the illegal transaction took place.
Oh man, that was a lot.
Heather arrived and threatened Adriana with a box cutter, reportedly yelling that she...
Wait, what happened?
Tina does, because you're playing it off well. So, you know, me and Rusty sat there and laughed about that all night. We couldn't figure out how you could get away with that, man. Because otherwise, you know, we'd be done. They'd have our cars, our boats, and everything else, you know. So you getting away with it.
On May 10th, soon after Tina, Heather, and Brittany were arrested, the police received a letter from an incarcerated man who said he knew who killed Adriana. The police on May 10th, soon after Tina, Heather, and Brittany were arrested, the police received a letter from an incarcerated man who said he knew who killed Adriana and what the true motive was for the heinous crime. He stated that several months prior to the murder, he bought an illegal substance from Darren at the Roadway Inn. He alleged that Adriana was with Darren in the hotel room while the illegal transaction. According to him, Heather arrived and threatened Adriana with a box cutter, reportedly yelling that she would get Adriana sooner or later. Fortunately, their day in court came sooner rather than later. During the trial, it was revealed that the murder was even more disturbing than the police could have imagined. Adriana had been lured to the trailer by Tina under the guise of rekindling their friendship. When she arrived, Tina used the stun gun on her and dragged her to the bedroom. There, Heather stuffed a sock in her mouth, and Brittany beat her. When they drove her to the woods, Brittany...
Bro, like what? This should have been mixed.
I didn't hear it.
He and Tina took turns hazing her until Tina poured gasoline on her and lit her on
Hey,
fire.
why are they
According
doing
to Heather, as the fire started, Tina jumped up and down, exclaiming, "Burn, burn." Tina Brown received a sentence for her crimes against her former friend, making her one of only 3 women on Florida's row. Though Brittany was 16 at the time of the murder, she was sentenced to life in prison. Heather took a plea bargain, testifying against Tina in order to win 5 years for the second-degree murder she was convicted of. At the time of this video, Tina has filed a motion to have her sentence thrown out because of false testimony at her trial. According to Tina and a witness at the trial, the witness was coerced by Heather to testify that Tina had confessed to her in jail that she was the mastermind behind Adriana's murder. Heather reportedly threatened the witness, forcing her to say that Heather was present but had nothing to do with the murder. To this day, the former friends are spinning rumors about each other and trying to climb over one another to reach salvation. Only time will tell what the law will decide. But one thing is for certain, this brutal yet petty crime against Adriana should never have happened.
Deep.
I thought it was
Looking for fun ways to teach your kids math? Start with shapes and make your next car trip a shape safari.
Okay, Jake, you ready for another adventure?
Ready?
Hold on to your car seat and be on the lookout for the elusive triangle.
There's one triangle.
Right, good job, bud. Now, let's see if we can find a square.
Square.
All right, can you find a circle?
Then circle.
And the winner of today's shape safari is Jake.
Woo!
Remember, keep your eyes open. Math is everywhere.
Alright, y'all. I know. I can't wait for the comments. Because everybody's going to tell me that I'm complaining and that I need to stop complaining. If I'm going to complain so much about this game, that I should stop playing all that type of stuff. Look, I promise y'all, I'm trying to play this game. If you want to support that, go subscribe to the NBA channel. Link is in the description. I've been uploading multiple videos over there every single day trying to get off this 2K stuff. But I can't not talk about today's content. You know what I mean? Like, it's just another example of 2K not caring about their community at all. This entire week, last couple weeks, has just been a total joke. You know what I'm saying? And so, let's put down why I say that. Before we hop into it, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Help me push towards the 40,000 subscriber mark on the channel. Uploading every single day, multiple videos a day. We really appreciate it. Help you subscribe. With that being said, my first thought immediately when I looked at today's content is that first of all, they took away the deluxe boxes. So even if you were one of those people who was spending money, now your money doesn't go as far because the deluxe boxes for VC aren't there anymore. Those would have been overall considered a better value, I would say, than the packs that are in store now. They took away the better value pack. Like it's just kind of ridiculous. This team continues to do. They dropped 12 days of giving. Starting, earlier this week? I think it started last Friday or something like that, maybe. And today's thing is this, a winter peacoat. A couple days ago, yesterday, we get a deluxe pack, which is this, a bunch of deluxe packs that contain golds and emeralds. Like, nobody pulled anything good out of these because you're just going to pull lower tier cards out of that. The day before that, it's double rep. The day before that, it's a shirt. The day before that, it's another shirt. The day before that, it's an XP coin. None of these rewards are good at all. So not only are they not dropping content at all, they dropped these. Oh, by the way, they dropped those NBA Cup locker codes last week. Those codes are all amethysts. You're getting Series 1 amethysts. Cards that weren't good on day one. There's just not. Why would people play? I have never in my life the end of 2K19. I've been playing it seriously since probably middle of 2K20, basically when COVID happened. I started playing Myteam seriously, right? So that's when I started playing the game seriously, is when COVID really hit, right? And so I guess that would have been, was that 2K20? I have never seen a drop headlined by LeBron freaking James with other big name cards. Penny Hardaway is always a super desirable